What's going on, y'all? Welcome to Shrines World. Good night, everybody. Good night, my victims, my survivors, my thrivers, or anybody that just want to educate yourself. And welcome all you narcissistic men and women, because you know we got to shout you out. Alrighty. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hello, Facebook. Hello, everybody on my Facebook. Make sure you come on over to Shireen's World on YouTube, okay? Hit the like button over here. I can't see you commenting over there until I get off my live. Then I can check it out. But definitely come on over to YouTube, to Shireen's World. Hit the like button, share. Listen, Shireen World is out here spreading awareness. Alrighty, let's get back into this. I just had to switch up my little audio real quick, real quick. Here we go. We back in this. So welcome everybody. I just had to switch my audio up real quick. As you know, listen, it's nighttime and these narcissists is lurking. So Shireen World is here. I'm here to bring awareness. I ain't going nowhere. It's real out here in these streets. I'm super, super, super excited. Like, y'all don't even understand how excited I am. I got some major, major things that's coming up. But listen, ladies and gentlemen, tonight is all about spreading awareness for men and women, okay? Especially if you're in the Binghamton area. All right, because ladies and gentlemen, it's real out here in these streets, and domestic violence is real, and narcissistic abuse is real, okay? So we're gonna get into this real quick. We definitely gonna get into this real quick, all right? So, ladies and gentlemen, it's nighttime. It's a Wednesday night. These narcissists is gonna be lurking, whether they're a male or a female. Okay. So make sure you guys are paying attention and on high alert. Alrighty. At the end of the day, these narcissists, they like to gaslight you, they like to manipulate you, they like to make you feel like you are the problem when you're not the problem. Okay. You have to deal with smear campaigns. Also, if they are domestical, you have to deal with them putting their hands on you. There are a lot of people out there that do deal with domestic narcissists. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, I totally understand how it feels to be in those situations. It's not healthy, it's not fun, and it also puts a toll on your mental and your body and your health. Okay. This is why I always say when you come out these situations, no matter how you feel, make sure you stop at your doctor, get all the blood tests, whatever you got to do to make sure that everything is right. Also get the mental health, whatever it is. Okay. Listen, alrighty. These narcissists, I keep telling you guys, dealing with especially if you're dealing with somebody within domestic violence, it's never okay for anybody, male or female, to be out there putting their hands on somebody. Like, it's just not cool. And I don't think it's cool for a female to be out there doing the same thing too. It's absolutely not right. Okay? Because I feel like how would you like if somebody put their hands on you? Like if that man was to turn around and put their hands back on you, like how would you like that? You understand? So ladies, please, you narcissistic, toxic females out there, please keep your hands to yourself. Okay, that would be the best idea. Stop trying to get a reaction out of somebody. It's just not it. All righty. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just out here spreading awareness. It's so much when it comes to these narcissists. It is so much. Like, especially dealing with the situations and being in it, you got to deal with a whole bunch of stuff like the cheating and like just everything that they do. They always talk about their life. It's always about them, and it's nothing else but them. Just think about it. When you're dealing with a narcissist, it's always about them, nothing more, nothing less. Okay. And if you have something good going on, like I told y'all before in my past videos, like, when I was doing, when I was within the nursing field and I was doing, training for that and stuff like that, the narcissist, he wasn't even all that excited. You know what I'm saying? When I passed, the state board exam, the test, he wasn't excited. He was out there dealing with multiple supplies, doing whatever he was doing. You understand? It wasn't a good congratulations. It was dry. It was like, you know what I'm saying? So y'all gotta pay attention to how these people act, especially if you got kids by these people. It gets really dangerous out here, okay? And this is why I said when you have kids by these people and you're trying to leave, there's other avenues to go about these situations. Okay. You can always have someone else to do the drop off for you when it comes to like, drop off and pickups if you don't want to be around. There's a family court that you could go through that can help you out with those things. You understand? I've been through that situation before. So trust me, I totally understand how it feels to be there. Ladies and gentlemen, please, like, especially, the men. I feel like the men needs to speak up a little more, and there needs to be more people out there that needs to bring awareness to how women be out there putting their hands on men. Domestic violence is real, and I get that we always, it's always the narrative of a female, a male putting their hands on a female. You're always hearing it about that, but no, it goes both ways. All right. There are women that's out there being very domestical out there, being very toxic. And there are men out there being very domestical and very toxic. There are a lot of people that's going on alive. Just like in Binghamton, there was a story that happened out here, with a domestic situation out here, and not just that, I'm sharing some information that's going across my Facebook support group page that I'm seeing in other areas and other towns and cities. It's so much domestic violence that's going on, and people are going alive. This young, beautiful girl, I shared her information, but basically, I believe she was pregnant, and she had other kids and things like that. She was sleeping in her home, and the her baby father, pop out through the window a lot of times. I believe 11 times, if I'm not mistaken. But I did share that story on my Facebook page, on my support group page. It's called Domestic Violence and Narcissistic Relationships I Survive on Facebook. Okay. That, like, it's real out here, ladies and gentlemen, and especially in Binghamton. There was a situation that happened in Binghamton as well just the other day, a domestic situation. Alrighty, it's real out here in these streets, and I really hope that you guys really take this information, no matter how you want to take it, no matter how I put it, because I keep telling you, I don't read from a textbook, I don't do none of that. I just give it to you guys the way I could give it to you as a survivor. Okay, I've been through it from 2019 and now. I've been through it. And I can even say before 2019 because my domestic violence situation ended 2019. So, of course, I was going through stuff before 2019. You understand me? And a lot of stuff, especially in that domestic situation. It was tough being in a domestic situation because they don't show you who they are in the beginning. And my domestic partner around that time, 2019, my domestic batterer, he was not a narcissist. You understand? So there was different things. You would go through the controlling. They would try to control you, your money, your friends, your family. Like that will build up down the road. And before you know it, you'll be like a year or two in and you're looking like, oh, sweat, like I don't have nobody around me. Like this person is really, and now you feel like you're walking on eggshells, and this person is putting their hands on you, or they're just doing the most out craziest things. Like, but my domestic batterer, he would literally like just always want to play Russian roulette with his gun, with his pew pew or whatever. Always want to play Russian roulette. Always had a problem. It was just always something. But then you would have those good days that would outweigh the bad days. But when you think about it, who wants to sit there and be stressed out all day, every day, and like on edge all the time? The anxiety is running up through the roof. You may not have anxiety before you even got into a domestic or a narcissistic abuse relationship. You understand me? So now you have these issues going on, while you're actively in these situations. You're running from your home. You're doing this, you're doing that. You're being abused. And it's like it has to be an end to it. And like I said, some people do not make it out of it. And I keep telling you guys, I almost not made it out of that situation in 2019. But luckily, God was on my side that night, and I had a lot of police officers out there that was helping me that night, and They put a stop to everything, and luckily he's doing double digits in prison, and that's where he needs to be. You understand? And then, of course, you run into all these other type of relationships down the road that, they may not have been toxic or, narcissists or whatever, but they just probably not have been for you. You understand? And then you run into a narcissist. Okay, these people are very different. They operate very differently. They move very differently. They're very smooth and very it's like they mirror you. So if you're sitting and saying this is what you want, like I told my narcissistic ex when we first met, oh, I put everything out on the table. Oh, I'm da 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 da. This is what I want. This is what I'm looking for, whatever the case may be. He put the same thing out on the table. Okay, cool. So we both on the same page. So I feel like if we both on the same page, we should be on the same page. Everything should be okay. Not saying every relationship should be perfect. You understand? But we should be okay. If we saying, oh, we don't do cheating, we don't do that, then we should be okay. But then down the road, you're being love bombed for a minute. It doesn't matter how long you've been around that person. Like I told y'all before, my narcissistic ex, I was with him all the time unless I was at work or I came home or whatever the case may be, or he went out to them shingdings. You understand what I'm saying? So he had time on his hands to do what he was doing because eventually, of course, he lost his job and then he just stopped working. He just stopped caring. All due to the fact because he said he had a warrant out for him out in a whole nother town. Something that had nothing to do with me before I met you. So you had this warrant before I met you. You knew that. You lose your job and now you can't get another job due to that situation. So you played that all out. Let me tell you something. My narcissistic, you know how many times I heard my narcissistic ex say he's going to clear the warrant that he had back then? And let me just put it like this. That particular warrant that I'm talking about that he had with somebody else, that's clear. We ain't gonna talk about the one that he got now. But the one I'm talking about from them, from a whole different female, that one is clear. But then he did that too late. He didn't get that clear to like to November of 2025. You understand? And yeah, that's crazy work, but it's just you weren't willing to go in there to go do it yourself. And for two, when I met you, you had a warrant. So when you lost your job, that had nothing to do with it. Because what they do is they start blaming it on you. Like what he would say is, "Oh, I spent too much time with you, and we were always together. I was in love." Da, da, da. They start doing all that feedback and putting that back onto you to make themselves look like the victim at the end of the day. You understand what I'm saying? And let me tell you something. The narcissist didn't go get a job. You understand? So now what happens? You have car, you have bills. I'm not going to keep supplying those things because I'm noticing, like, of course, when you and your partner is going through something and one falls, you're going to try to help them until they pick themselves back up. But once you start seeing that that's not what they're doing and you keep being gaslit, eventually you're going to stop. So now you're going to remove that supply chain and you're going to see how they act. You understand? You're going to see how they react. And you get good, you get negative. It all depends on that particular narcissist. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, like it's real out here in these streets when you're dealing with these type of people, and that is not a healthy relationship. Dealing with a narcissist is not a healthy relationship. When they don't want to go get help, that's not healthy. When you have to beg a narcissist to go get help, that is not a healthy relationship. I'm telling y'all, it's not. And I totally get it because some people are married to them. Some people have kids with them. Some people are still actively living with them. And I'm telling you right now, if you're living with them and you're going to work a lot and you're noticing small little things in the house sometimes just isn't right, you're not bugging out. These narcissists will have people in your home without you even knowing. They will move stuff around and make it seem like there's no female there. And then when you sit back and realize, what is this narcissist talking to that person for? Oh, they're getting something from that person. They're using them for supply. Like I said, my narcissistic ex, He has a lot of supply in the cut. A lot. And it is what it is. You understand me, ladies and gentlemen? But welcome to Shireen's World. I'm just out here spreading awareness as a peer mentor, survivor, advocate. And listen, I'm super excited. I got some major things in the cut, and I'm so happy. When I tell you my boots is on the ground for all you men and women out here in these streets, I don't care where you are, but definitely in Binghamton, locally, if you here, no matter where you at, my boots is on the ground for you, whether you're a male or a female. We are out here healing. We are out here spreading awareness. That is the goal. Listen, you could be in a domestic situation. You could go through all these situations, but it's all about how you come out of these things, okay? It's how you fix yourself, how you heal. Listen, not trying to be on baddies, not trying to think you're on Love and Hip Hop, not trying to be on the internet trying to pop it off with another female or another male thinking you better than somebody, thinking you doing something. Not talking about other people's kids thinking you doing something. Not trying to be like it's that's sad. Not trying to be trying to fight other people out there. Like it is sad out here how these women and these men, these toxic women and men are operating out here in these streets, especially in Binghamton. Ladies, y'all need to check yourself because y'all definitely are wrecking yourself back. Check yourself. When I say check yourself, get your butt up and go to the doctor and figure out what's going on with your blood, what's going on with your mental, what's going on with everything. Because y'all toxic females are sick. And especially you toxic narcissistic men. Okay? Y'all are very, very sick. It is disgusting. I don't know what you guys get out of it. I don't know. Why you guys like to play victim. I don't know why you guys don't like to move on. You have a lot of supply in the cut. Use the other supplies that you have. You understand? Because nobody wants to be in the show. The show is done. The show is over. Everybody left. The circus is over. The only ones that are remaining is the rest of the supplies that are not woke. You understand? At the end of the day, y'all stay safe out here. And another thing, y'all already know what I'm about to say. Make sure y'all not out here registering no cars, putting on insurance, pulling out no titles, no liens, no loans, no deeds, no phone bills, no dogs, no PlayStations, no busting out headlights. Don't be out here doing these type of things, ladies and gentlemen. Do not give these narcissists a reaction. That's what they're looking for. And as an advocate, I'm telling you guys, I have to deal with so much just because I'm coming out here spreading awareness. And I keep telling you, I got a story to tell, and I always had a story to tell, and I always wanted to come out here and help other people understand what's going on my way, because some people they don't want to hear from no textbook. They don't want to hear from somebody that's never been through it. You understand? I'd rather listen to somebody or be around somebody that been through it, survived it, thrived it, and they're able to tell me how to maneuver. Okay, and it's better for me to take that information and go. So, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate everybody. Okay, make sure y'all stay safe tonight, and just know these narcissists is always lurking. Okay, they stay lurking every day, all day. Dream World is here. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you reach out to the Domestic Violence National Hotline number if you need help. If it's serious, contact 911. Please don't stay silent. Don't stay silent. That's what these narcissists want you to do. So, all you men and women, I'm out here. My boots is on the ground for you. Men, I got y'all. Okay? Terrain World got y'all. Y'all stay safe. Welcome to Stranger. Don't forget, make sure y'all share. I'm gonna head up out of here. Thank you, everybody.
House too quiet, heart too loud. Thought I'd die there. Look at me now, yeah. Keys in the door, I froze in the kitchen. Breath so thin, could've sworn I was missing. Purple on my skin, but my soul stayed vivid. You said you're mine, and I but I'm living. Phone in the drawer, but I'm at my escape. Cash in the book, just in case, just in case. Prayed on the floor, I'm not built to break.